Good evening, internet friends. Adam Green here with No More News. It is Thursday, July 2nd, 2026. So much to cover today. We got Tucker talking about why he can't go to church. Latest viral clips from Candace Owens. We got a heretical sect schism excommunication going on with the anti-Vatican II SSPX getting excommunicated from the Catholic Church. We got black basketball commentators mad about all the white people now, all the white basketball players on the Lakers. We'll play that. We've got a couple Christ brain clips, all types of stuff. Let's get started. Only made possible thanks to you guys and your support. powerchat.live/knowmorenews, pinned down in the description below and in the live chat. Every dollar helps. Not possible without you guys and your support. Your comment will be read on the screen. First, we got Russell Brand and Tucker. Tucker's excuse for why he doesn't go to church. Let's see it.
One of the reasons that I have a lot of trouble going to church is all these Christian leaders are so flawed and so obviously fake. I can't deal with it. It freaks me out. Why is that? Because they're all under spiritual attack. That's why.
Because they're all Christians. Because they all believe in a fake religion. Oh, they're all fake. They're all bad. All the preachers are fake and bad. I can't even go to church. Sounds like a real optimistic there about Christendom.
With it. It freaks me out. Why is that? Because they're all under spiritual attack. That's why.
They're under spiritual attack.
Yes, they are.
Well, aren't you getting attacked by demons? Maybe you need to go to church. Who's more spiritually attacked than Tucker? Jordan Peterson's daughter said he's being attacked by demons too. Tucker was literally attacked by a demon in his bed. Okay? He was scratched. So he's being attacked by demons. The churches are being attacked by demons. We're under full demon assault. All we can do is worship the King of the Jews and the Jewish Messiah.
That's why.
They're under spiritual attack.
Yes, they are.
Moose
Hey,
sent $10. Hail Oliver Tree.
Hail Oliver Tree. Love Oliver Tree. I talked to one of my friends. I haven't talked to any of my high school, college friends in a while. But I talked to one I haven't talked to for a while, and he also didn't know who Oliver Tree was and learned about him when he died and then has been listening to a bunch of his music. How about that?
Everyone's like, well, why all these Christian ministers, famous Christian ministers have freaky sex lives? Well, why do you think? Because they're under spiritual attack. My college roommate once told me that the second he became a minister, after his first sermon, this woman comes into his office.
Spiritual. Maybe because they're grifting con artists with demons in their closets. And they're in the closet, and they're praying the gay away, and they're evil, sinful people, and that's why they need Jesus so bad. That's why you find all these pastors with all these scandals, because they're a bunch of hypocrites that can just beg for forgiveness and dip themselves in the holy water and be forgiven for anything. Skunkytron, you're tree-pilled too? Cool. That's cool.
Roommate once told me that the second he became a minister, after his first sermon, this woman comes into his office and says, I've had all these marital problems, let's do counseling. And then she hits on him. And he's wise. And he said, I'm never doing that again. Because I know now that I've held myself up as, someone people can look to if they want to understand who Jesus is, I'm going to be under attack.
So his excuse for not going to church is that his friend in college became a pastor and some girl hit on him. It's spiritual demonic attack. I can't go to churches. The pastors are getting hit on and having gay drug sex scandals. What a crazy dude. How are the inmates running the asylum? How did all these kooks take over? It's like, are all the big influencers retarded because everybody's retarded? How did the crazies take over like they have? You can't oppose the Jews with Christianity.
Faster. These are signs that did you know that's a sign of the end? 7 things that show us that the tribulation period is coming, and therefore the rapture of the church is coming even faster. These are signs that
Look, anti-Semitism, world turns against Israel, Gog and Magog, temple, global religion.
See all of the time on your headlines.
What I've been
the first
that's the prophecy.
one is anti-Semitism. What is anti-Semitism? It's the irrational and transgenerational hatred of the physical descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Did you know that's a sign of the end? 7 things that show us.
Anti-Semitism, the world turning against Israel, a sign of the end. All the Christians, all the pastors, and all the rabbis are saying it. They're excited for it. It's birth pains of the Messiah. Okay, let's see this new hot TikTok influencer shilling Jesus
that
to
it's
neon. Clipped up from See Through It All.
Whenever you read the passage of scripture where Jesus like flipped the money tables, I don't know if you've ever heard that. It's like the one time in the Bible Jesus got angry. He goes to the synagogue and they're making money in the synagogue.
Synagogue, that's Jewish.
Yeah, it's a broad label in that context for like
Has someone
temple,
said
not the
Jesus
synagogue.
is Jewish before?
Yeah, he was a Jew, like ethnically a Jew.
So because I'm trying to learn too, and I was telling you, I'm open to learning about every religion because it's really interesting to me, and I would love to know what people are believing in. So Jesus,
Isn't this guy Muslim? Doesn't he come from a Muslim family? He doesn't know that Jesus is Jewish?
was born Jewish, and then converted to Christianity?
No. So he basically, what we look at the Old Covenant, the Old Testament, the Torah, which is the Torah is what Jews would hold to and stuff like that. You have the Old Covenant, which you have like all these 613 laws, 10 commandments, and that they would have to uphold, right? And then what the Jews believe is that they believe that a Messiah would come and fulfill the law. But what they thought was that this Messiah that would come, this guy would like overthrow the Roman government, like a literal bring a new kingdom, like overthrow the government at the time.
Yeah.
And they thought he was going to be born like super rich, super beautiful, stuff like that. Well,
No, he would be suffer and die and then conquer the nations with teachings instead, which is actually called out in Psalms of Solomon, sorry.
Jesus was born in a horse feeding trough in a parking lot and was raised in Nazareth and was like not really, that's like, you know, he was raised in a nothing good comes out of Nazareth kind of vibe.
Okay.
But the kingdom that he was bringing wasn't a physical kingdom to like literally overthrow. It's like a spiritual kingdom that he was bringing. So yeah, he was ethnically Jewish, but he didn't convert to Christianity. He just fulfills the covenant that was brought to the Jews in the Old Covenant.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Random, but from me, what do you think happens like when you die?
I think that when we die, we'll stand before God and all of our thoughts, actions, and emotions will testify against ourselves.
Okay.
And if we've put faith in Jesus Christ, our sins are forgiven and he wipes our slate clean and we spend an eternity with him. And if we don't have faith in Jesus Christ, it breaks God's heart, but he respects the wish and we spend an eternity.
So like what about like right when you die, like right away, no heartbeat, nothing? Like what happens from that? Because that's what I'm scared about. Because I know there's a heaven or hell and I'm gonna stand in front of God and be questioned for things I've done and all that stuff. But like, how does it go right when?
Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think it's
like right away.
Yeah, I think because you have to understand God exists outside of time. Mm-hmm. So right now he sees your birth and your death at the same time.
So there's already people in heaven right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Painful to watch. Bryce Crawford, the new Zoomer.
The most boring thing on. Oh yeah.
I gotta just maybe if I do my hair like this, people can figure out the Jesus deception.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, bro, this is my job, and I like have a hard time reading this thing, bro. Yeah. So like, it's we have to understand a couple things that John chapter 14, Jesus says he gives us the Holy Spirit as our helper to teach us things and bring conviction. So like my biggest life hack when reading the Bible is before I read, just praying and saying, Holy Spirit, speak to me and help me understand what you're speaking. Because like the context is Jesus was a Jewish man and he's in Israel, but written to Jews for believers, right? I'm a white American man. Right. So I need to be able to understand some stuff that's going on in this book. Yeah. So I need the Holy Spirit to help teach me and bring conviction and understand in my life. And then like honestly, I use like a bunch of different resources like dictionaries and stuff like that because I'm like weird. But like I use like a bunch of dictionaries and stuff like that because again, like I don't understand what it's like back in that time period, right? Like tattoos. Yeah. You know, like it's like back.
That's also the thing I was like, I was thinking about that too. Like
Well, why would he have a diction? Does he just not know basic words? What's a dictionary for? Like, if anything, you need like a commentary, or just ask Google or ChatGPT, like, what do the church fathers or major denominations or scholars say this verse means? A dictionary.
General,
Okay, it's not that they're not that big of a deal.
Okay.
So like back in the time period, that's like the context thing. Like the Bible is written to Jewish people in the Middle East.
Right.
In that time period.
No,
dudes,
they were white Aryans
crazy, bro.
actually.
Like Bible's actually rated R. It's crazy.
Really,
bro. Dude, Noah's.
Oh yeah, I know.
Noah's,
Yeah.
With his daughter.
Yeah, you know what? I read. I was reading. I just like started reading again from just like the start to finish.
Passion of the Christ was rated R for violence,
and it's in Genesis, and it was. I'm so bad. I'm so bad with the names of it, but it was the two daughters. They gave their dad wine like they was drinking.
Yeah,
and then
I have no idea who this is. And a soccer athlete, maybe? Is that what this is?
He went into sleep, and then the daughter came in, slept with her dad.
Yeah.
She went out, and the next daughter came and slept with her dad as well. She got pregnant. I can't remember exactly who it was, but like I was like, bro, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like insane. You know, it's insane. I was like, holy. Like,
yeah, that stuff is insane.
Yeah.
Like, and then King David, he like sleeps with another woman and then kills her husband. It's like, bro.
What?
Yeah, you read the crazy stuff.
Dude, you ever read the Bible on weed, man?
So like, you gotta understand what's going on to like fully get it. But like the tattoos things, dudes were worshiping false gods like Baal and Molech, and they thought that like if they basically like tattooed themselves and cut their body with ink, that it would make their prayers go through faster. So it was like worship to false idols.
Okay.
And like, you know, so it's like that's the context of the time. The context of the time now is I don't know about you. I don't know if I didn't worship some idols when I was doing this.
Yeah, nah, me neither. Literally just for the swag of it. Yeah, no.
I bet it exists, but that's just not like the culture of the time. And like again, Leviticus has different types of laws. It's just like there's a lot more to it than the surface level.
Awesome. Okay. Interesting.
I can't believe this.
Reading the Bible
so famous. Gets all these big interviews. He is so trash. It's like an X-rated movie, dude. They try to cannibalize everything. Look at this. Christians trying to make America's independence all about
1776.
Rabbi Yeshua.
Hey, Torah fans, as you celebrate America's 250th anniversary, remember, freedom didn't start in 1776. It started with Yeshua's resurrection. So make his name great again.
Yeah, God bless you all.
Hey, Torah fans, as you celebrate America's 250th anniversary, remember...
Don't forget, we always got to make everything about Jesus. No matter what's happening, we have to try to co-opt it for Jesus. Hey, America, real freedom is being on your knees praying to the King of the Jews. Real freedom's being a slave to King David, Davidic Messiah.
Freedom didn't start in 1776. It started with Yeshua's resurrection. So make his name great again.
Yeah, dude. The Jewish zombie gave
God
us
bless
freedom.
you all.
Hey, Torah fans,
Freedom
as you
from
celebrate
sin,
America's
if you believe in the
250th
Jews.
anniversary, remember, freedom didn't start in 1776. It started with Yeshua's...
Well, I called this Noah's Ark scans. Check the tapes. When I covered this, I covered it a few times on stream. I said, why are they doing all these ground scans? Why don't they just go start digging? Stop claiming there's a bunch of shit down there. I'm like, they're probably going to claim that the government of Turkey won't let them dig. Oh, we can't dig. It's Satanists are blocking us. Oh, they don't want us to prove the Bible's real. I knew that was coming. Yeah, Vagina Rock. Noah's Ark scan says urgent prayer request from Turkey. We are asking our friends and supporters to pray for the Noah's Ark scans. Some local opponents have been spreading false claims to officials, saying that Americans are illegally excavating Noah's Ark site. Because of this misinformation, the expedition has been temporarily placed on hold. They got full approval. They are not going to find anything. They're going to probably find some bullshit and try to claim it's something anyway, and everybody's going to laugh at it. Anyway, it's too bad. Can't dig. Yeah, I'm sure they're totally blocking you from digging, in the middle of nowhere on some mountain ridge, digging a little bit. They ain't going to find shit. All right. Look at this meme. Now, let's do Candace. Dude, these make me laugh so hard. There's so many words that, like, very common words that Candace, like, gets really wrong and mispronounces. And it's crazy. Like, you can see clips going back years of these. Where are all her friends or her husband or her assistants to correct her when she mispronounces a word and sounds dumb? How can she keep repeating it over and over again? Not one friend watches the show and says, hey, when you say this word, it's actually pronounced like this. I can't believe nobody wants to tell her it's messed up.
The Matrix hates me. I will never win any more accolades, probably never be invited.
Accolades. 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 You ever heard that one before?
Accolades, probably never be invited.
You certainly aren't going to win any accolades in Hollywood if you write a...
Accolades. No, yeah, everybody mispronounces a word sometime or misspeaks, but she does these words, gets them way wrong, and does it over and over and over again. It's crazy. There's so many. This channel, Candace Owens Trying to Read, this is a new one I haven't heard. I played other ones before, but accolades cracks me up. The funniest thing is every time another one comes out, it just makes all of it funnier. Proof that her videos are scripted and written by someone else? Yeah, she just reads off the teleprompter and mispronounces words that she doesn't even know what they mean. But maybe.
You certainly aren't going to win any accolades in Hollywood if you write a script and the protagonist is a part of the nuclear family unit.
He handed all these accolades in life. The Matrix hates me.
Accolades. In French, she'd be correct. Dude, is it just me? Obligatory. How do you think she's going to say obligatory?
Tweets they were sent. The Frankists even charged that the Talmud made use of Christian blood obligatory.
We know that the tweets they were sending in the instant were obligatory. Obligatory to say, this is a terrible thing that happened. He was doing the obligatory rounds and having to pretend that she likes black people. And she visited...
Of our politicians just oblige them. And yeah, so if we're going to do it, like if we're going to do the thing and we're going to say we're not going to be isolationists, the Frankists even charged that the Talmud made use of Christian blood obligatory.
Obligatory. Okay, let's see some of her latest. Oh, dude, I think she's a demon. I think she's a delusional, lying, psychopathic demon. Honestly. That's what I think. Candace Owens on what Erica Kirk told her. The biggest lie. Oh my God, that's 12 minutes. Hold on, let's start with a shorter one. Why were so many men wearing maroon? She's still doing the maroon shirt. Schizophrenia.
Feels like organization to me. When I looked at the footage of Charlie.
Birchbone, thank you, buddy.
The funniest part is either no one tells her she's repeatedly mispronouncing words or they are and she's just too arrogantly stupid to listen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's got so many people watching her shows. I'm sure she's got managers, assistants, people there. It should happen one time and then she should practice it and get it right, but it never happens. It's crazy. And what's funny is the only reason she's famous is because she was boosted as the token black conservative for TPUSA, Dennis Prager, and then Daily Wire. 3 Zionist organizations. And she's meant to be like the articulate, based right-wing black girl, and then the vocabulary. It's crazy. It's I've never seen anything quite like it, actually. We also saw one of Jake Shields did what he ridiculed. He said ridiculed. Yeah, ridiculed. Oh, I hope if I ever mispronounce something, you guys correct me. Everybody always says nuclear. You say nuclear, and I'm like, no, dude, nuclear. People always people are always spurking about that, not just about me, but about other people saying it too. I feel like it's just people that want to feel special. They heard it before and they just say it all the time and want to feel special. Nuclear. Stop spurking.
When I looked at the footage of Charlie and what happened on September 10th,
Jake's been ridiculed a few times. That's true.
When I looked at the footage of Charlie and what happened on September 10th, it struck me as highly unusual that there were so many men wearing maroon shirts. Like, it's not exactly a color that men wear all the time. And there were a lot of men, all of whom were alone. And I just said to myself, this feels like organization to me. Like, they're wearing maroon shirts to identify each other. I then learned from military men that when they do operations, they'll have a color of the day, which is a way for them to identify each other. And I believe that those boys that were wearing maroon shirts were all a part of the same
identifier.
Mm-hmm.
All about just there's people all throughout the crowd. They're all in it. All color coordinated. All of them in it. There was just agents. The whole crowd was CIA agents. This is the type of evidence. She's accusing Charlie's widow wife of murdering him, and this is the type of evidence she puts forth. It's incredible. I've heard one of the people say also that there's like a junior college or something that's nearby that has that. That's the color.
Of the day. Green.
Yeah, I can't believe she's still doing this. This is like one of the first ones I heard her do. She still thinks this is worth bringing up. Couple people wearing maroon shirts. I'm sure there's people there in white shirts, black shirts, blue shirts. Espionage fashion. Yeah, this is...
And I have a tape of one person after the shot goes off bending down low and handing another guy a maroon shirt, which is even crazier. When I looked at the footage...
Dude, the CIA really plans these things out to the detail. They're like, all right, Agent 006, the shot's going to go off. You crouch down, pass off the maroon shirt for God knows what, to put on the shooter, to change his identity so we can all run off together. We'll all blend in. Like, dude, I cannot believe this. We color coordinate our assassination team. Cannot believe you are platforming these ridiculous stories. Look up nearby universities in Utah. Look at their school colors. I don't even think it's the school color, honestly.
Davidson now sent $100. Hopefully people let go of the Abrahamic mind.
Let's go. Yeah, so many of these conspiracy peoples are Christians also. Christianity is ultimately, all of Judaism and Abrahamic religions really are a form of a conspiracy theory, actually. Dude, shout out Da Vinci.
They're nice.
Appreciate that so much, bro. The big donos.
Thank y'all. Come again.
I want to read the rest of the comments. Everybody's saying how retarded it is. Okay, hold on. Let's just do the next one. What Erica told her. Hold on, I got more. Let's do the shorter ones first. Demonic grifter, Candace Owens.
Saw him. And so I never bought the idea that he was on, somebody shot him from a Odysee rooftop. That made no sense to me, that nobody saw him shoot him.
Made no sense? Why does that not make sense? Because you're making a confused face when you say it?
That made no sense to me, that nobody saw him shoot him is even crazier to me. This is a college campus in the middle of the day. Somebody would have seen him take a shot. And so
No, not necessarily. Like people hide in sniper positions. NPC Zoomer attire, sunglasses, cap. Right, true. You know, I was actually wearing a maroon shirt today.
Valhalla or Bust gifted 5 subscriptions on Rumble.
Thank you. Thank you for the subs. Everybody appreciates that. Nice.
Then, what added to me thinking this is now very plausible was the 30-06 Superman neck. You know, now you're asking us to be idiots. Now the demand is for us to be idiots, and they did it in such an emotion.
No. It's not an idiot to say sometimes bullets go in at an angle and can start to turn a little bit and break up and don't always have an exit wound. Bounce around inside, deflect off, ricochet, break up. No, it doesn't mean you're an idiot. You're pretending that we're all idiots to say it's absolutely impossible that there's no exit wound. That's what's actually happening.
Manipulative, despicable way.
Yeah. Shot from a high ground with a clear line of sight. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the lapel blowing up. That's what makes more sense to her, apparently.
Which has now become the turning point way, which is to just say God, the Lord, the miracle. And if you don't believe in it, then you don't believe in God, and you're not honoring God if you don't believe in the miracle of this.
I don't believe in God. I don't think it's a miracle. I think they're just trying to say something to make it sound cool. Oh, Superman neck. It didn't go through and hit anybody else. Superman neck. And they're getting so caught up on this. Like, do you think this was part of the CIA or Mossad? They're like, how do we pull this off? Well, first, we'll shoot him with the wrong gun, plant a different gun, and then we'll say he had a bulletproof neck. That'll be hilarious. Like, or do you think that the bulletproof neck was an accident or something? Like, it's just so ridiculous.
This was the biggest lie that Erica told me and completely transformed my opinion of her.
What lie? What? That was the lie? How is that even a lie?
And if you don't believe in it, then you don't believe in God, and you're not honoring God if you don't believe in the miracle of this.
Hold on. There's clips of her saying like it's a God thing. She just knows there's a conspiracy here. It's like a God thing. She had a dream. God told her. That's the shit that she does. What is this? Yeah, if the CIA or there's some op, it's these guys doing this schizo bullshit. That's what I think. Valhalla or Bus says, I have no respect for Sean Ryan after this unsubbed. You already had respect for Sean Ryan? Dude, he is the worst. Are you kidding me? He is total disinfo slop. Kosher Christian disinfo slop.
This was the biggest lie that Erica told me.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie, Candace. To say that bullets do weird things and there's different type of rounds and you come in at an angle and hitting the skin, it can turn a little bit, break up, and not pierce through the other side. It's not impossible like you're claiming it is, even though you've probably never shot a gun and don't know anything about ballistics at all. It's not a lie. That's the lie. So because she goes, no, it's a bullet and it just broke up and didn't break through. She's like, oh, that's a lie. I'm going to harass her forever.
All over my workplace. They really seem to understand it when I explain the Joseph story. I got 2 deconverted and 1 bought here.
Nice. It's not a hard sell amongst like somewhat intelligent, normal people, actually.
Completely transformed my.
That's crazy. That's crazy this is the longer clip. Disgusting human beings. Israel, the mic was explosive.
Suddenly, every little oddity in this story, every little oddity from September 10th onward begins to make a lot more sense. To briefly recap, we put together this graphic for you guys. The rigged mic would go a long way in terms of explaining why the bomb dogs were kept away from the scene. Okay, because they would have smelled the explosive. Why the crime scene was immediately paved over.
Hold on, what crime? Bomb dogs? You think that Charlie kept bomb dogs around? You think Charlie had like bomb dogs he brought with him to every college speaking tour?
And the soil was excavated. That's because explosive residue, as we have learned, really hangs on to soil. It is highly soil absorbed. So I can show you that here. I think we have a little science article that you can look up. You can research this on your own, but it says that the low water solubility and high soil absorption of PET.
They weren't on the soil, though. They were on a stage. He was on a big stage at a platform. It's not like if the road mic blew up and like it all, what do you think? Like the explosive is going to like splatter all over the ground, like the grass below, so that they had to repave it. It would have, if anything, it would have landed on the stage. And her whole theory is that you could see the glass from the Rode microphone in the van. What if it's under his shirt, it blows up? Wouldn't it be like on the stage, not kept in his shirt and then in a little pile in the van? If it blew up on his chest, wouldn't we see it? There'd be a hole in his shirt, a smoke poof out of his shirt. There'd be metal and everything all over his chest. Metal and glass. There's none of that. Even the angle that it's at. How is it supposed? He got hit here in the neck. And then the energy went out the back. If it's here, how is it going to go in his neck from here? If anything, it could just like slice it. Slice it. A little bit. I mean, I see so many issues with this.
And in particular, if we think that is the explosive, it would be very problematic and you would, in fact, need to dig out the soil. Well, my answer to that would be, as I said, running this theory, that it is because of high soil absorption. It is a fixture of PET and explosive.
He wasn't just on a chair, like on above the grass, though. This whole repaving the ground because of that. Also, before, they're like, oh, it got repaved because there would be like the real bullets in the ground somewhere or something. It's just like, okay. Maybe it's like they repaved over where the stage was. Maybe they planned on repaving it and waited till after he did his talk or something. I don't know. There could be other explanations than they got to cover up all the bomb stuff. And if everybody's in it, wouldn't they just like overlook the bomb stuff? What, you're going to send your people out there and they're going to go dig through the dirt and be like, look, it's explosives. Explosive residue. Is that what you think? This is just such reaches.
Again, another thing that just sort of would lock into place. Why the feds were searching for Charlie Kirk's necklace. The same reason, explosive residue. Why there appears to be shattered black plastic or glass all over the SUV, which transported Charlie to the hospital.
Okay, if it's so broken up that it's shattered, it would like explode. It doesn't shatter and then stay in the shirt and then fall out. When they drag him, they carry him to the van and they put him down and it just all nicely in a pile, all the broken up glass that just exploded is right there. It makes zero sense.
That would be the road bike. That would fit in perfectly. That would make sense. Why there is no available footage or any eyewitness reports of someone seen firing a shot from the Losey building. That's a big, strange anomaly.
Wait, what? Why is there no available footage or eyewitness reports of someone seen firing a shot? There was video of the dude after the shot on the roof running away. And when he took the shot, everybody in the audience, that's on film, turns and looks behind them where the dude was up on the roof.
here? Why do we not have those? Yes, I saw him take a shot. Yeah, because no shot was actually taken from.
Maybe because they were all watching the show. They were watching Charlie, and they couldn't see a dude that was up on a roof behind him a way back, and he was stayed crouched down low and crawled up, and
the Odysee building. Why the feds did not conduct a standard GSR gunshot residue test when Tyler Robinson was brought in, because they knew that he would fail it. And that would not help them in court if Tyler Robinson, who they say they got after a 33-hour manhunt, 33 hours on a minute over, failed the GSR test, especially when they say he was wearing the same outfit. It would also explain why Terrell Farnsworth.
Why did they not do a GSR test when they brought in? I bet you they did. I watch. That'll be in the trial. That'll be in the trial evidence. Something like that, or a reason why it wasn't done. There'll be an explanation for that.
Violated the crime scene immediately, quite boldly, to remove the SD card from that back footage, because it would have captured that the 30-06, which would have decapitated Charlie, did not go through. Also, it would explain why there was unusually no.
Hold on. How would the camera behind him prove that it didn't go through? We know it didn't go through. What?
Card from that back footage, because it would have captured that the 30-06, which would have decapitated Charlie, did not go through.
We know it didn't go through. What is she talking about? Everybody knows there's no exit wound. You guys won't shut up about it. Oh, if we just had that camera behind him, we'd know it didn't go through. Yeah, we know it didn't go through. How does every 5 seconds she just has some egregious retarded lie?
I'm seen immediately, quite boldly, to remove the SD card from that back footage, because it would have captured that the 30-06, which would have decapitated Charlie, did not.
This dude had answered this already. He responded to your accusations in the internet talking about it and said he got the SD card out and he gave it to the FBI or the cops or whatever. What is this?
Not go through. Also, it would explain why there was unusually no ambulance on standby. I always had an ambulance on standby at my Turning Point USA events when I toured. This is an anomaly.
Right.
It would answer to that would be because, well, the paramedics would have seen the shattered road mic pieces and all of the other evidence which did not support a gunshot wound. That would be the reason why you would just have his security team transport him under this theory. Again, we're thinking while it's still legal to do so. Lastly, it would go some way of explaining why Erica was quick to forgive Tyler Robinson before the world, quicker than she was able to forgive Drewski when she came out weeks later looking like an assassin.
What does that have to do with the mic? She's a cringe Christian. Christians always do this stupid I forgive shtick. That's their Christian virtue signaling. That's them trying to cope in their head. Before she forgave Drewski, Drewski's a different situation. He's an influencer mocking her after this guy already killed her. It's like, dude, this is her type of proof. Oh, she was more mad as you forgive him. And you don't think she hates Tyler Robinson a billion times more than Drewski? Of course she does. I can't believe anybody listens to her. And hey, who just talk shit saying I'm farming this, I'm sorry, but this is the internet. This is the top of the internet right now. This is what we're up against.
Hours, I was reticent to explore any conspiracies about her. I was slow to do it.
No, she wasn't. They were all blaming Israel on day one. What are you talking about?
The funeral. Dude, I'll be honest. When I saw the funeral.
Is that what we're calling it?
Posting Instagram stories or whatever it was of her like rubbing his dead body, I was like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yep. And then
you're using your dead husband as a fucking social media post? Dude, I'll be honest. When I saw the funeral.
Is that what we're
It's a little weird, but you have open casket funerals and people come up and walk by and look at the body and stuff. It was almost just like a modern age, social media age, like, final goodbye. It's a little weird. I wouldn't record something like that and put it online for sure, but when it's such a high profile person and so many people loved him, I guess maybe she thought share the moment with somebody. I don't know. But to say that like, because she decided to post something on social media of her like saying goodbye when he's in his casket, like that means she killed him is such a huge leap.
Or like posting Instagram stories.
When was she at his casket? She after he died, she like filmed her like holding his hand or her hand on him. She didn't show his face. See. Oh, here's another one I forgot. Caricature. You guys want to hear caricature?
The absurd thing, and we allowed them to create a caricature of a Republican.
There's this caricature
architecture. Caricature.
Of Candace Owens out there.
The idea that Candace Owens is super hard now is more of a media caricature.
Because maybe you've fallen for a caricature, or you will be caricatured.
And the absurd things that the press will do and try to caricature certain people.
The media did a very good job of creating that caricature of me, trying to defame you.
How does she
trying
do
to
it? How does she do it?
You as an
over and over again. It just cracks me up. How are there so many? I get like once it's like one thing like, oh, I got this one word wrong. I was saying it wrong the whole time. Right? But she does it with like, I don't know, there's got to be like at least 24 of these so far that people have found. And people are hailing this girl. This like, it's crazy. The internet, like a black woman that like can't even pronounce anything right and got famous by being platformed by like Zionist organizations, and now she's at the pinnacle. She's the thought leader and the influencer. It's just complete idiocracy. #1 conspiracy podcast. Yeah.
Unhinged, crazy, loony person.
I just saw you as a caricature.
Caricature. Girl, I have been maimed, fired, caricature.
I'm watching right now. The media will attack you and caricature you, and it's always
caricature you. Dude, I get caricatured now that I think about it. Dude. Caricatured. There's so many more too, by the way. I could just go on and on. I've already done a bunch of them. Those are just some of the new ones. Extrapolate.
Then extrapolate and jump to everything is wrong here. That's my natural intuition. I didn't want to then extrapolate and jump to conclusions until I spoke with Jillian from a fraud. And I say, oh, well, what we can extrapolate from this.
Wait, she's saying that one right. Do I say that one wrong too? Extrapolate.
Text. You know what? We don't need to be so exact anymore. And we can just extrapolate what we need to tell the public a certain.
I don't know. That one seems pretty good. Extrapolate.
Davinson now sent $10. I blame Joe. That's where I first saw most of these conspiracy.
Mm-hmm. Unequivocal.
But Xavier Poussard in his book, Becoming Brigitte, is unequivocal about exactly who Jean-Michel Poussard in his book, Becoming Brigitte, is unequivocal about exactly who Jean-Michel Truckmill is. He wants you to know that
she said. Accolades, obligatory, caricature, etc.
The FBI, etc.
I hear people say it like that sometimes too. Statute of limitations. So
he was never brought to justice, saying, oh, lucky for Olivier Duhamel, the statute of limitations had already expired So he was never brought to justice, saying that like she had discovered the statute of limitations was not up. In fact, it is. And by the way, because the statute of limitations had passed, he was never brought.
Isolationist. She adds another syllable in this.
Out there saying, we're going isolationalist, okay?
Isolationalist. Checking in on the investigation.
Welcome back to Bride of Erica. They were ever intentional. They wanted the public to recognize that Erica was Charlie's husband.
Oh, this is the best one. Anecdote. Anecdote? Anecdote.
Speak to Erica about, but he did tell me another interesting little tidbit, a little anecdote. One morning, he would often, I guess, speak to Erica about how close he was. But he did tell me another interesting little tidbit, a little anecdote.
Anecdote. I love that one. That one's the best. Anecdote. That's her learning rhetoric?
The end of
rhetoric. That's what she says. Rhetoric.
Okay, I really don't remember it. And then suddenly, towards the end of Obama, we started hearing all of this rhetoric drummed up. It became white versus black all over again.
They didn't like.
That's just like Ebonics. Rhetoric. Hyperbolic
idea.
Obviously,
she created this hyperbolic idea.
Obviously, they are extremely hyperbolic. Okay, I'm probably being a little hyperbolic. So hyperbolic, and I'm not saying that in a hyperbolic.
Okay, architecture. That's the good one. Anecdote. Grandiose.
Pointed in cash. Black Scorpio writes, I am so very disappointed in Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and Pam Bondi, who all made these grandiose promises to get the Epstein files until they got confirmed.
Grandiose. Oh, Bureau. That's the funniest one. Wait till you hear Bureau.
We also learned that last night a bomb squad and agents from the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco, Firearms, the ATF, obviously.
What is the Bureau doing? Has anybody traced this down?
Were you brought into an FBI bureau?
I guess there are boroughs too, right? Like Borough Park. Boroughs is what they call the different things in like New York, right? She's getting that mixed up, I think. Satiating?
They are more satiating. So you.
Satiating. Green Beret?
Retired Green Beret. And the
Green Beret, well, like the things you put in your hair? Reminiscent?
And it's striking to me. There is something so reminiscent, and it's striking to me.
Obviously, that's pretty reminiscent of one of the themes of the Matrix.
Reminiscent. As the expression goes.
Books. I'm just fascinated with learning. I don't watch movies anymore. I just kind of read books. I'm just fascinated with learning real history because I think that truth is kind of, what actually has happened, the events of our world is obviously, as the expression goes, way stranger in fiction.
Way stranger in fiction. Stranger than fiction?
I don't watch movies anymore.
Dude, I can't believe people think that, like, Candace is the smart one and she's right about Charlie, and, like, everybody else that's not with it is, like, a fed or dumb or something. And they think she's it. Posthumously? She's going to say humanously.
Humus book. President Trump honored Charlie Kirk with his very own holiday as a posthumous birthday present. They've decided posthumously a posthumous award by trying to.
Tough start. Oh, this is the best one. Debacle. It's quite a debacle, guys. Getting all these words right. These words can be a real debacle for her.
Brett Kavanaugh. So it was a philosophy class called Senior Sem, and he used to come in every day with a debacle, and he would ask us to just work through the philosophical question. I remember that whole debacle. This debacle with her earrings.
Where would she be if it weren't for Charlie Kirk, TPUSA, Dennis Prager, and Daily Wire? Where would she be? That's what I want to know.
So it was a philosophy class called Senior Sem, and he used to come in every day with a debacle, and he would ask us to just work through the philosophical question.
Anecdote and debacles, guys.
This debacle with her earrings. The Hamptons debacle came up with a.
Delegitimize? She does the same thing. She's going to say delegitimize. She adds a syllable.
I'll be crazy. Was not coming out of racist ideas, right? It wasn't because people were just trying to delegitimize him. It was because this must just all be crazy rantings every day. Candace is up on this show like Miss Cleo from the 90s and just like predicting.
Actually, that's kind of that fits the actual spelling.
Was not coming out of racist ideas, right? It wasn't because people were just trying to delegitimize him. It was because
delegitimize, not compartmentalize. Okay, that should be good. A lot of these words she has trouble with, they're almost like similar words.
We don't like them. We want the CEO and the chairman of Turning Point USA to answer. Okay? If you can't compartmentalize, then I don't see how you're going to be able to. We don't like them. We don't agree with the industries they went into. All of that can be true, but you have to be able to compartmentalize that when you are
compartmentalize. Architecture. Blitzkrieg, that was another one. ChatGPT, Cameron Owens.
Causes this whole race kerfluffle.
Kerfluffle. Green beret. Okay, there we go. We got that's enough. That's enough of those.
Because
okay, this is the craziest one. She claims Charlie said to her on the phone, "It was supposed to be you," verbatim. It was supposed to be you. What? He was supposed to marry you? Is that what she's saying? You were supposed to take over Turning Point? Is that what she's claiming?
The next level.
He told me on his deathbed he loved me, and I was supposed to be the one. I was his true love. Not you, Erica. That's what all this is really about.
But he said to me on the phone, it was supposed to be you, verbatim.
Are you serious?
But I thought...
You mean verbatim? 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 He told me that verbatim. Verbatim?
That was just, he was crying, I was crying. I thought he
legitimately said it was supposed to be you.
It was supposed to be you. Given everything that happened in the lead up to that, I think Charlie knew something. Biggest question that has not been answered in all of this, what happened at the Hamptons? When Bibi Netanyahu called, Bibi offered to take Turning Point USA to the next level. In exchange for what? What scares me more is considering the world.
They all say that that's not true and that Bibi didn't offer any 150 million, by the way. They all said, no, that's bullshit. She never proved it, and she just keeps saying it.
That our children will inherit if we stay quiet.
Do you think he was killed because...
Inherit? You mean that your children are going to inherit your fortune? Einherit?
Because he was going against Israel.
1,000%.
Why him?
1,000%.
Lots. You go against Israel. Why not you?
Well,
why are you still here?
I think if Andrew Colbert is to be believed, he told me it was supposed to be me, which was an interesting thing to say.
What?
Andrew Colbert said to me a few days after the assassination, and at the moment I just took it as poorly expressed grief, because I didn't find Andrew to be suspicious because I just didn't, my mind wasn't there. But he said to me on the phone, it was supposed to be you, verbatim.
What?
Are you serious?
Verbatim.
But I thought that was just...
Verbatim. Verbatim. Yeah, that's got to be a lie. He said that's bullshit, too. He says that's total bullshit. Yeah, I'm sure Charlie's friend said, it should have been you. It was supposed to be you. What? He would never say that. It was, yeah, you were supposed to be shot. He would never say that. Look at that. Is that a face you trust? People can't tell through a bullshitter these days.
He was crying.
Why him?
1,000%.
Lots. You go against Israel. Why not you?
Well,
why are you still here?
I think if Andrew Colbert is to be believed, he told me it was supposed to be me, which was an interesting thing to say.
What?
Andrew Colbert said to me a few days after the assassination, and at the moment I just took it as poorly expressed grief, because I didn't find Andrew to be suspicious because I just didn't, my mind wasn't there, but he's.
So you think that he's in on an assassination of Charlie, his best friend, and his partner at TPUSA, and you think that he's he's part of the murder, but then he's saying weird shit like that to you? It was supposed to be you. Like, yeah, right. She looks down and to the left. That's how you know she's lying.
Said to me on the phone, it was supposed to be you, verbatim.
Are you serious?
But I thought that was just
serious.
He was crying. I was crying. I thought he just
legitimately
said
it was supposed to be you.
It was supposed to be you. So I have questions about that now. Given everything.
Only now, not then. You didn't say, like, what do you mean by that? What's that supposed to mean?
That happened in the lead up to that. I think Charlie knew something. I think the biggest question that has not been answered.
He came to me in a dream, and he told me that he was like thinking something. And I don't know, but I know.
And all of this is what happened at the Hamptons
When
Bibi Netanyahu called.
I don't know about this.
So it was.
Hold on. Charlie planned the Hamptons to get influencers there to try to push back on the anti-Semitism. That's what actually happened. Now you're saying there was a phone call from Netanyahu? Come on.
A couple of weeks before Charlie died, August 5th and 6th, he did a summit at Bill Ackman's house where, Bill Ackman was kind of hosting a bunch of pro-Israel people. And Charlie was pressed on his changing views. And he was pressed by Seth Dillon. Voices were raised. And he wanted to know why he's not, why you can't criticize Bibi Netanyahu and not be called anti-Semitic. There was a smaller dinner that took place. And Bill Ackman, Erica was present, and Bibi Netanyahu called.
This is news to me. I've never heard this new lore.
What I was told directly from Andrew Colbert, which Erica didn't know that my source was Andrew Colbert on this. She was surprised in person when I told her this, was that Bibi offered to take Turning Point USA to the next level. And Charlie said no. In exchange for what? Also, how does an organization that's pulling in $150 million a year, what is the next level? It's a lot of money, $100 million a year. In exchange for what? Do you think in exchange for him pledging to preach?
Dude, how do you get any more next level than TPUSA? Like, is there a level above? How much more than TPUSA is like the biggest thing? What do you mean the next level? She's still running with the supposedly Bibi offered him $150 million. You think Bibi single-handedly was gonna double their annual income? As if that would, everybody wouldn't freak out about that?
Free markets and capitalism.
Insane.
So at the moment that
this Bibi out of his checkbook, from the state of Israel was going to write TPUSA $150 million check? Yeah, right. It's not the way it works. He was getting a few million here, a few million there from a few Jewish Zionists. Excuse me. And one of them, Shulman, said that he was the one. He was like, if you keep having Tucker, I'm not going to donate anymore. Because I think he's anti-Semitic. That was it. I don't believe this $150 million. It sounds so implausible. Oh, yeah? Where's your proof also? It's been how many months? You're going to make this big claim? Okay, where are the receipts?
Refuse an offer from a man that deranged, that psychopathic, that bloodthirsty.
That much power.
You know something. He
obviously has
an exchange for something.
Enormous amount of influence.
Paris just says Bibi called Charlie at the event he organized to stop anti-Semitism, and he said, "We're gonna assassinate you, but actually Candace is the target." Yeah.
over the current administration.
Correct.
I mean, enormous amount of influence. It's pretty fucking obvious. I think everybody's seeing it.
In exchange for what? I'll take your company to the next level. Cool. What in exchange for what?
Yeah, exactly. He was already pro-Israel. They're like, he's like, we know you're our best Shabbos Goy. You just wrote me a letter about how much you're worried about the anti-Semitism, how much you love Jews in Israel. Charlie wrote the letter to Netanyahu, Netanyahu got that letter, and he's like, I better give this guy $150 million, or otherwise he won't be pro-Israel anymore. He's like, oh, and we'll take him out if he says no. Like, come on.
I think it's a $1 trillion question. And
not $1 million.
Erica, when I asked her about that, and she admitted the Bibi Netanyahu call happened, that she was there, and she said, oh, he was just calling because Charlie had written him a letter in May. And it's just so stupid. Oh, he's not busy. He just was calling to say, hey, Toodles, like, just wanted to know how you're doing. I saw your letter. Thanks for it. And he was just, I said, that's it. Okay, so I'm supposed to believe Andrew lied about that he offered to take it to the next level, and she was coming to say, no, that didn't happen. He just wanted to just check in with Charlie. That's not true. She's lying. And I know she's lying because then somebody in Andrew Colvette's family orbit reached out to me and said that definitively happened because Andrew said that when Charlie said no, he lost millions. Andrew Colvette lost millions when Charlie.
So you're saying Andrew's family told you that?
Said no.
As if the millions of dollars that Netanyahu was going to give to TPUSA supposedly were just going to go right into his bank account, not like go towards events and stuff. Just going to go right to his bank account.
Now you wonder, how does a PR guy lose millions? He's a spokesperson for Turning Point USA. And then I had to remind myself that he owns a piece of the Charlie Kirk show, right? So I don't know if it was going to be via the Charlie Kirk show, which was at that moment with Salem. Salem has recently filed, under FARA. They're working with that Faith by Works and the whole thing, and Salem is a part of that filing. So they are effectively foreign agents. I don't know how that money was going to come in. That's another question that if we had any real journalists, they would be exploring that. But Bibi Netanyahu calling and Charlie not just refusing it, but he had anger towards Bibi. He did.
So look at this. Andrew Colvett wrote, false, absolute lies and garbage, responding to this claim she just made that he would lose millions. That he said that.
And how do you know? Because Bibi Netanyahu that month did a ton of shows. Very strange, by the way, that a prime minister of Israel was suddenly hitting the orbit, doing PR. He did a ton of shows. I mean, Patrick Bet-David's show, Brandon Tatum's show, and he hadn't before that done any sort of podcasting since he was like hawking his book, like years ago. He didn't do Charlie Kirk's show because Charlie didn't want to have him on. Again, something told to me as a fact by Andrew Colvette. Charlie refused to have Bibi Netanyahu on a show. So if you want to know how Charlie was feeling about Israel and Bibi Netanyahu, there's your answer. How people couldn't see the Israel threat.
If he was like about to turn into the Fuhrer and turn totally anti-Israel, why wouldn't he bring Netanyahu on and ask him some hard questions? If he was really turning against Israel, he would take the opportunity to bring Netanyahu on and push back and ask hard questions. How about that? That would be more likely.
This doesn't make any sense to me.
I can't believe he said it was supposed to be you.
So let's get this straight. Charlie writes the letter to Netanyahu talking about how he's worried about anti-Semitism and he loves Jews in Israel and wants to. I remember there was a line of him like serving you, or it was crazy. It was Shabbos Goy level. And then a few months later, Charlie's organizing with Bill Ackman, a Jewish billionaire, a summit with a bunch of influencers to try to combat the anti-Semitism. right? And then Netanyahu's like, something's bad. I'm gonna have to buy him out with 150 million. You know, tell him I'll take him to the next level, although he's already the biggest thing. And then Charlie's like, no. And he's like, kill him. Immediately kill him. This is such cartoonish.
Does that scare you?
I mean,
You seem fearless.
we're all here for a blip. And I think it's not about not having any fears. It's about what scares me more, right? What scares me more is considering the world that our children will inherit if we stay quiet. Because we feel it right now. We feel the squeeze. We feel the evil. We feel the cloud. It's there. And you have a bunch of people who...
Yeah, I feel it. We've been noticing Charlie Kirk and how they're all Zionists, and Daily Wire's all Zionist, and all while you were getting paychecks, big paychecks, and made famous by these people. We saw it. And now we see that this is helping them. If all these kooky Charlie Kirk conspiracy theories can turn people that like know about Jews and force us to side with them because you're such retarded, lying, like demonic idiots. Imagine what it's doing to like the masses of Republican voters. Ben Shapiro gets on stage at the big conference and calls you a retard, and they all laugh and clap. Couldn't get any better low IQ anti-Semitism to discredit the opposition than this.
Who, whether it's for money or for fear, are allowing it to happen. And there are so many historical lessons about what can happen to a country.
What, we're going to turn into Nazi Germany? Is that where she's going with that? What is she saying? Want to hear something crazy? So Charlie Kirk's ex-security guard seeks an order for Candace Owens and Mitch Snow to preserve their records, which he says show that they conspired to defame him. Owens opposes the motion. Also, Baron Coleman, Elizabeth Lane, and others were sent preservation letters.
Parisia Times sent $0 on throwing down the tiny hat.
Thank you. Tiny Hat Challenge. Late night stream, Tiny Hat Challenge. She keeps lying. She lied about the Bridget Macron case, too. She keeps going, oh, I hope this goes to trial. I hope we have oh, sue me. Yeah, I know I'm right. I'm telling the truth. Sue me. I want discovery. You're going to lose, blah, blah, blah. She talks that big game, and then every time she tries to get the courts to dismiss the cases. But this guy's suing her. He says...
Daywalker Jones sent $0 on June free.
Defendant says Owens fabricated a story that the plaintiff conspired with military officials at Fort Huachuca to assassinate Charlie Kirk, which Owens then published to her millions of followers. The communications that prove conspiracy and establish defendant's state of mind reside in part in their cell phones and electronic devices. When she had that total not credible kook on to claim he saw Erica at the military fort. Subservient, what did you say? Anyway, so I hope she gets sued into absolute oblivion and her whole life becomes hell. Guess who loves her? This retard predictive history. Candace Owens is the bravest media personality alive, he says. Oh, big surprise. The Dugan shill, the Duganist loves Candace just like Dugan does. Let's hear this shit.
So I've been thinking about this for the longest time.
She's so brave.
Because, Candace Owens.
She's literally, like, if you're not pointing out that she's like a retarded evil liar, like, you are a retarded evil liar. All of these people, dude.
So I've been thinking about this for the longest time. Because, Candace Owens had this public split from Ben Shapiro. And Candace Owens, I think, converted to Catholicism about a couple of years ago. Her husband, George Farmer, is a Catholic convert as well. So Candace Owens is by far the bravest media personality in the world.
She's like the dumbest, worst lying grifter influencer in the world. That's what she is. The bravest. Russian propaganda network is deeper than we realize, I fear. I think so. The bravest in the world. Who are these idiots glazing and enabling Candace Owens? Who are these people? Why are people like Professor Zhang explode in the algorithm, never get censored, get put on every single big podcast and platform overnight? And they're all retarded Russia shills. Imagine that. Full of kooky conspiratainment bullshit.
She's got balls, man. I mean, like, the balls on her. I mean, it's just incredible how...
No, she's about to get sued into bankruptcy, probably. Look at what they did to Alex Jones. How are they going to do Alex Jones on Sandy Hook, and Candace is going to get away with this?
Oh, I don't even know how heavy her balls are, but she is fearless. And I ask myself how she does that, because I'm not fearless. I'm very cautious about what I say. The major difference between...
Yeah, she has no filter. Incredible balls. Yeah, she is a little too fearless. She should have a lot more fear of all the stupid shit she says and how dumb she looks. She should have a little bit more fear about maybe that she's a dumb, like, wrong idiot. He's kind of right about that. She does have way too much confidence for how dumb she is. That is true. This is what happens too when you get propped up and they give you the big deals and you're worth tens of millions of dollars and you got millions of followers and you're boosted in the algorithms and you know a bunch of famous people, it goes to her head, and she thinks, like, because she was propped up and she was the token black for the conservatives and the Jews, and then now that she's got a lot of clout, she thinks that means she's, like, really smart, and it's gone to her head, and that's why she has so much confidence and no fear, and it's a train wreck. It's been a disaster.
Candace Owens and myself is, like, I don't really name names because that's how you get in trouble, right? You don't go after one particular person because then that person has to come after you. So she's gone after Erica Kirk for a long time. Before that, she went after the Macrons, and like they tried to sue her. So she went after a head of state, the head of state of France. So you have to ask yourself what's going on here, and I'm going to make certain assumptions. Okay, so in game theory, it's really important to make assumptions that you can validate against reality. So my assumption is that she is very close to the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church is the most powerful organization in the world. I'm not saying she's close to the Pope. I'm saying she's close to certain elements within the Catholic Church that have their own agenda. And these might be Jesuits. This might be a certain faction of the Jesuits.
Oh, wait, hold on. Why are we coming up with some Jesuit Vatican conspiracy? She was just over in Russia. It's not the Vatican backing. It's not Jesuits in Vatican backing, Candace. It's RT and the Russia Shill network that you're in, actually. What kind of weird misdirection is this? Where is he going with this? She's working for the Jesuits to promote anti-Semitism or something? I haven't seen this yet. Husband is in the Order of Malta? Really? I know he's in the House of Lords.
Against reality. So my assumption is that she is very close to the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church is the most powerful organization in the world. I'm not saying she's close to the Pope. I'm saying she's close to certain elements within the Catholic Church that have their own agenda. And these might be Jesuits. This might be a certain faction of the Jesuits, okay? But they support Candace. They offer opportunity. And her going to Russia suggests that this particular faction is very interested in a reconciliation between the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church, because they see the great enemy as American materialism, secularism, liberalism.
That's Dugan. That's Dugan and the Russia Christian Muslim alliance against the Zionist West. I don't think she's there on behalf of doing the Catholic Church business. I don't believe that. I think she's just there, part of the Russia shill network. That's my take. Where was he going to take
the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church, because they see the great enemy as American materialism, secularism, liberalism, and these are honest people. These are people of honest faith. Okay, I'm not saying these are politicians. I'm saying these are people who are genuinely concerned.
Oh, wow! He's doing the Christian alliance against the West, and he thinks it's a good thing. He goes, guys, hey, all the base trad Christians are teaming up against the evil West and the secularism and the materialism and the evil Zionist ball worshippers.
About the direction of the Western world with all this mass immigration, with all this materialism, the spread of OnlyFans, the popularization of people like Andrew Tate. And they see Candace Owens as a vehicle in order to promote greater faith among young people. And she's doing a fantastic job. So I think that
is Candace turning people to faith? Is Candace doing a fantastic job of representing Christianity? Do we really think people are becoming baptized because they watched Candace? Yeah, the secular evil West. He's like, oh, the Russians and the trad Christians are teaming up against the evil West. Dude, he's such a Dugan shill. He hates the West too.
That's her role. Her role is to create a spiritual awakening, to get people to return to Jesus, the original teaching of Jesus, not Protestantism, which is a corruption of the teachings of Jesus in the church.
It's just real Jesus. They're good because it's real Jesus. Okay, dude.
Which is a corruption of the teachings of Jesus in the church, but a return to the original church, which is really the Orthodox faith, right? So that's why I think Candace went to Russia to unite the traditionalist elements of both the Catholic Church as well as the Orthodox Church and promote a spiritual awakening in the world. That, I think, is her agenda.
Well, I mean, I sort of agree, actually. I don't know about the Catholic Church doing it, but definitely their agenda is to promote evil satanic West in based Christian Russia. So he's right about that. But you think it's a good thing and it's the true teachings of Christ. That's where we differ. That's crazy. Glazing, shilling Candace. I see who the enablers are.
First and foremost, she's the mother of Charlie's kids. That's first and foremost. This was the biggest lie that Erica told me and completely transformed my opinion of her. I think, I sat down with her for 4 hours. I was reticent to explore any conspiracies about her. I was slow to do it because first and foremost, she's the mother of Charlie's kids. That's first and foremost. Secondly, it required me to have to go through a second stage of grief that I was not ready to do. I had a very hard time with Charlie's death, still do. But to be the person that Charlie was speaking to so much about how much he wanted love, to when I had to take time off and just go to Wyoming and try to get my head right after it, I read through all of our messages, and so
is she an actress crocodile tearing right now? This is what they do to her. Why is she acting so weird? Is this rehearsed? I don't see any tears. Why is she's fake crying right now? This is exactly the type of shit they do to Erica every time.
Relived it all. And because you just, I was in a phase of denial.
They'll say, why is she not crying more? Oh, she's crying too much.
I was really at that phase where I was hoping, and I went through bargaining, I went through anger, I went through a very aggressive stage of denial, and I think my husband was realizing that I needed to get away at that point because I was trying to say, like, no, maybe he's really alive. Like, maybe they put him in witness protection. Like, that's that bargaining.
Wow.
And then also the denial. That's just in my face. And
yeah, they put him in. She really thought they put him in witness protection. She thought they staged his brutal assassination, and it was fake blood or whatever, a hologram, CGI, and he was really safe. She really told herself that? She is crazy. Oh, she's wearing rings. Yeah, pretty suspicious. Hey, what's with the turtleneck? Oh, that's not, she shouldn't be wearing that.
Messages, and before she came into his life, and Charlie just really, really, really wanted love, right? That was like it. And it was almost like poetic, the stuff that he was writing about how love could kind of make men move mountains. And so for me to have to mourn him and then have to consider that the thing that he wanted most, like, he didn't get, it just gutted me.
What? He wanted love, and the thing he wanted most he didn't get. You're saying that Erica didn't love him now? You're implying that him and Erica weren't in love? That's where you're at now? You were in the bedroom? You lived with them? What is this? Sick.
It gutted me. And so
remember her theory about, like, oh, the night before Charlie slept in the other room to get better sleep because he had a big day, and there must have been a kid that woke up, and kids never wake up because they sleep during the night and they're trained. She said that. And then she goes, and I think they had a fight, and maybe they were up because they were fighting and it was loud and the baby woke up. That's the shit she was saying.
Skunkytron sent $20. Thanks for the before tree. You have changed my life. The Power Chat or Rumble?
I honestly don't know which one's better, Power Chat or Rumble. I would guess Power Chat takes less. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest.
But I could.
Thank you. What did you say? Before tree, you have changed my life the most. Before tree. You mean I change your life and Oliver Tree change your life? Is that what you're getting at? Sorry, dude. I'm a little confused.
Couldn't deny it anymore. I couldn't deny it, and it was beyond intuition. It was beyond her being weird. It was beyond.
Why is she acting like she's crying, but there's no tears, guys? I think this is all an act, all fake.
Her being at the office, and then I got the.
She's been talking and laughing about all of this, and that's a micro expression. This is an act. She's been laughing for months and months and months, talking about Charlie and his assassination every day. Doesn't act like this. Now she's laying it on.
The Zoom calls, my assumption was that she was grieving like I was. And my assumption, I didn't know she was in the office the next week. As soon as she got back, she just went straight to the office. And
she was in the office the next week?
Yep. As soon as she gave that speech at the podium that you saw, where she addressed the nation, not the I forgive him speech, but like the first one that was like 48 hours after he died. She was in the office that whole week.
Maybe she wanted to go be with the crew and be with all his friends and mourn with them. Have you thought about that? Maybe she didn't want to, maybe she has enough time at home, crying herself to sleep in her pillow. Dude, she seems like so into her. I cannot stand her so much.
Dude, I'll be honest. I tuned when I saw the funeral.
When I saw that, we covered that already.
That one family member or friend went with Erica to Utah.
Wow.
She went with the person that's holding her in the photo when his body's coming off Air Force One. Could you imagine not having your mom?
She's an evil bitch, totally. The best evidence I've ever seen for demons is Candace Owens. No joke. The smugness. Yeah, the smugness is what's so irritating.
Your brother, your sister, your cousin, your best friend, I don't know, like your A1 since day one from high school with you, when that goes down. No, she was every single one of those videos, she's with the head fundraiser of Turning Point USA. The person holding her, hugging her, crying, that's Stacey Sheridan. She's the chief fundraiser. Stacey Sheridan is the one recording her while she's in the casket. No one can make that make sense. You cannot tell me 1,000 times that you would not have a family member, a cousin, a brother.
Maybe that was her close friend at the organization or something. A girl too? Maybe that was her girlfriend that worked for TPUSA. Parisia Times says, I trust drug trafficking ex-CIA Sean Ryan. Yeah, that's who we're interviewing here.
Somebody other than just all Turning Point people. And mind you, the vice president is offering to fly over whoever you want. So this isn't like, we couldn't get to Utah. Like your family will crawl over glass to get to you. You go through something like that. Mm-hmm. And she didn't have anybody, not her aunts, nobody, just Stacey Sheridan recording all of those private moments. And again, those were the things, I mean, I think I just assumed that her family was there. I assumed because Charlie's family was there. His sister was there. His mother was there. His brother was there. I mean, So
if it's a normal thing to have the family there, why wouldn't they just bring the family? The things that she's trying to bring up to like, okay, you think this would work in a court of law? Like, okay, show us your evidence. And it's like, well, there was just a girl from TPUSA that was with her. Her cousins and her uncles didn't come do whatever.
Mother and father were there. She just had Mama Stacey, as I call it, which is the woman who's all about raising money. And when did you guys get so close? You don't need anybody else for emotional support here. And so you're correct. That was intentionally recorded for us.
So they decided to record everything and do awkward and not do anything right to not let anybody get suspicious. They did everything so weird. Isn't that weird? Isn't that odd? Isn't that a little sus? Like that's all she does. Point out every little thing. Every little stupid
raise money
nothing.
At the end of the day. But the lie that she told.
Valhalla says, it disturbs me that so many whites tolerate this chimp-ass dragging a white widow through the muck like this bitch ass. I despise Charlie. He was getting some better takes like shortly before his death on questioning Israel a little bit more, but more so on like the racial stuff or just like the pro-white stuff. He was getting better on that. He was getting radicalized by the zeitgeist a bit, I think. But yeah, like I got 2 young kids. He's got 2 young kids. I've got my own Erica. Like I could only imagine if something happened to me and all these people, if I was in their position. That's why I say if Charlie was in heaven looking down at what's going on, everybody attacking his wife, he would come back as a ghost and like go on a rampage.
That I couldn't get over was when she lied about the 30-06 and
What did she lie about that? What did she say?
So what we thought happened, and this is, I think I single-handedly ruined the plan, so to speak, but what happened was my eyes when I was watching the event as someone who had gone on tour with Charlie every single year since 2017, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, up until 2024, which is the first time they started doing this double mic thing on him, right? The fall of 2024, as I'm going, why is Terrell there? It's the first thing I drew my eye. It was like, why?
Now all the new mics, they got all these new cool wireless mics for sale. Everybody's got these new wireless mics, 2024, a couple years ago. Why does he have mics now? I don't know, to post all of his like TikTok videos, to have a second recording. What kind of stupid question is this? Oh, they had him. They were planning the assassination since 2024, getting him to wear, letting his guard down, putting on those microphones. Microphones? Why is he wearing a microphone? I don't know, because they're recording him for social media.
we thought happened, and this is, I think I single-handedly ruined the plan, so to speak. But
oh my God, see, it's all about her. She's got main character syndrome, and people are enabling this. We got retards like Predictive History calling her the bravest. Dugan says she's the best journalist in America and stupid shit like that.
My eyes when I was watching the event, as someone who had gone on tour with Charlie every single year since 2017, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, up until 2024, which is the first time they started doing this double mic thing on him, right? The fall of 2024, as I'm going, why is Terrell there? It's the first thing I drew my eye. It was like, why is the head of audiovisual here? He doesn't come on campus events. This is new. And then I see that he's taking the camera down. And I'm like, that's weird. And the internet's going crazy about this. So I'm like, well, Terrell's been there for...
So they got cameras all over the place. Why is the audio-visual guy there? I don't know, because they got a bunch of cameras and they're filming the whole event? Scraping the bottom of the barrel, yeah. Why is the camera guy there? That's weird.
12 years, maybe longer. I know, I'm just going to call him and ask him what's up. Like, maybe there's a reason.
Wasn't it also like the first event? He was starting a new tour and it was the first event.
Assumed he was going to say something like, you know, the police asked me to. I don't know. You want to see the footage? Instead, he was the first person that made me realize something was very wrong because he was very nervous on the phone. I asked him if I could see the back footage just to like clarify with people, like, looking out for you, Terrell. I can tell them what's going on. And his energy was just completely wrong. He came up with a million excuses why I couldn't see the back footage. He told me...
Yeah. Maybe he's like, I don't know if it's a good idea if I give you that. Like, I gave it to the FBI. We're going to let them handle it with, you know... the media, we don't want that out online. Maybe, you know, I could already imagine the conversation. Thank you, Anonymous. Yeah, it's that Aryan Giga Chat. It's just that Viking life, guys. That Viking princess life. This is my girls. Do you guys realize how much of a flex this is? Elsa and Anna at Elsa's ice castle. It's that Viking life, dude. It's actually a church, a famous church they opened up to the public to do tours. We went over the weekend. Mormon church, Mormon temple. So weird, such a weird culty place in there. But beautiful architecture. You don't see like something like this anywhere in California. I just removed a little road and added snow with AI to turn it into Elsa's Castle. I've driven by a million times since I was little. It's right next to the freeway. I've driven by so many times, and it's there's the castle. There's the castle. It's lit up, all white. My daughter's called it Elsa's Castle since she was, a baby. And I think they opened it up for the first time in like 30 years for the public to go walk through. It wasn't all that special on the inside, to be honest. They had a couple like interesting things, but free too. It was free, and it was like they were trying to like recruit you. They were proselytizing. They were shilling Jesus hard.
He didn't know how to send a file. I'm like, Terrell, you run an audiovisual company.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if we want to give this to you, Candace.
You know how to send a file.
Yeah, we're going to give this to you so you can profit. And spin more conspiracies because she was already they were all conspiracizing already.
Then he told me, oh yeah, I do know how to send a file, but I really didn't. I'm afraid Google's going to hack me if I send it. And I said, Google's going to hack you if you send me the file of the back footage. And I didn't accept that, obviously. And then he said, well, I grabbed the camera for Erica so that she wouldn't have to relive her husband dying over and over again. And I said, his death.
Yeah, he didn't want somebody else to grab it and get it up on the internet. Although there's already so many videos on the internet of him getting blown. This is why I don't understand why this other camera is going to be supposedly so important. We're going to find out in the trial too. They're going to show that video probably at the trial. I would bet that's the case. And then maybe after the trial it'll get released to the public. Watch. That's probably what's going to happen.
It was live streamed. Everyone saw Charlie die. The back footage is not like, that's not going to be anything. So I knew something was wrong with the back footage. And I kept pressing him for 2 days. And finally he said, well, I'll FaceTime you and show you it. And I hit record on the face. I just didn't know, just my instincts. Wow. And someone on my team was like, you should record this. And I recorded it. And the first thing I thought that was so strange was there was no blood. The bullet didn't go through. There was no blood. Charlie's shirt was crisp white.
We knew there was no blood. I'm sorry. We knew it didn't go through. And there was blood. We saw the blood gush out. What do you mean no blood? We all saw the blood. No blood on his shirt. I've seen his shirt. It is covered in blood. There's blood all over the... are we pretending that there was no blood now?
From the moment he went down, and I went, that's odd. So I, at that moment, recorded it, had it, hung up with him, told my audience what I saw, and there was apparently mass panic, which I now know how the full story went. This was the day of Charlie's actual funeral, not the WWE memorial event, but the actual funeral, which was the night before. And they panicked that I had seen the footage, and somebody at the FBI called Turning Point and asked explicitly to Justin Strife whether or not I had recorded it. At that point, Justin Strife, who is the COO of Turning Point USA, messaged my husband, called my husband, and wanted to know whether or not I had recorded it. And my husband has no idea what he's talking about. He's like, he runs the business. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He then comes out to me. He's like, Justin Strife keeps asking if you recorded this footage. What's he talking about?
Tomato sauce.
And instantly in my mind, I said, that's a really weird question. Why does it matter? Why does it matter if I recorded the footage? And I said, don't answer him. I'll deal with it. And then what happened, this is all happening on the day of Charlie's actual funeral. No one should be caring about back footage, anything. Why is the FBI calling? What then happened was Erica peeled off from Charlie's actual funeral, his wife, and she called the surgeon with Andrew Colvett on the phone, a 3-way call. And the story that Andrew would then write, because then he tweeted on the day of Charlie's funeral and said, people want to know why there was, no blood. And then the surgeon says that it was a miracle. And you remember this ridiculous tweet, Charlie ate really healthy, and normally it would have taken down a moose, but he really was the man of steel. And this is like a modern day Christian miracle. I mean, total slop for the masses. And everyone then went, what the F? It didn't go through. Like, you're confirming this didn't go through. Something's wrong here, right? When I asked Erica about this, and I didn't know about this thing that happened at the funeral, I asked her, why did Andrew send this tweet? And she said to me, he went rogue.
Magic
I didn't know
blood
he sent the
theory?
tweet. I said, Andrew went rogue, and she said, called the surgeon. I said, the surgeon spoke to Andrew without your permission? And she said, yeah. I said, so the surgeon to the highest profile assassination since JFK violated HIPAA, went rogue, spoke to some random PR guy he doesn't know who also went rogue. And then at the conclusion of this conversation, Andrew tweeted something without your permission and went rogue again. And she said, yeah. And then I got the information that she completely lied.
How'd you figure that out?
A source. That she was the one who initiated the phone call and Andrew was on it, and that the surgeon never said that, what was put on online. In fact, that's largely embarrassing to a surgeon because you're saying he violated HIPAA, right? And he's an idiot. He's an idiot. It's a modern day miracle. Not only that, but it's not the surgeon's job. So what happened was she said to the surgeon...
I'm just imagining, Charlie got rushed to the hospital by his friends. His friend Andrew went there or something. The doctor comes out and he goes well, he's dead. But The bullet's inside of him. It didn't come out. He's got a really tough neck. It hit and broke up and bounced around in there. We got some of it out, and he's like, yeah, he said he had a strong neck. It didn't go through, or maybe he just exaggerated to make it sound extra cool. Like the idea that this is your evidence. Oh, somebody said he had a strong neck. It didn't go through all the way. He had a strong neck. Like, she thinks she's just really cracking the case. Just 2 more weeks and the case is going to be cracked. Detective Candace is going to get to the bottom of the case.
Allegedly. How can we explain to people that the 30-06 didn't go through? And the surgeon doesn't know anything about whether 30-06. He is a hunter. He hunts. And he said, I don't know. Maybe it was a frangible bullet or something. I have no idea.
Exactly.
And he's going off of them saying it was a 30-06. And at that point, Erica offered an explanation. And she said, well, my baby, he ate so healthy. And I'm sure it's like he had a Man of Steel neck because he ate so healthy.
So wasn't there a picture of Robinson standing at a Dairy Queen right in front of a poster that said Man of Steel?
Yeah, which actually was in theaters. And so that was like weird. But Erica is that quotation and that explanation came from Erica as she was trying to pull an excuse out of the surgeon, which somehow got elevated to the number one priority on the day of her husband's
because
action.
they say, they tell him, it hit the neck, it broke up, it shattered around. It's like maybe he said something like his neck was strong, and she said, his like, dude, the idea that because do you think Mossad planned this out? They're like, it's a psyop. We'll call him Man of Steel. We'll photograph the guy at the subway or wherever it was with the Man of Steel movie poster. Oh, dude, it's going to be so... Charlie is Clark Kent. Psyop. None of this is imagine being a lawyer and in a courtroom and looking at the jury and this is your evidence. And then the wife said his neck was strong because I fed him lots of vegetables.
Funeral. They were stressed out that the public had learned that
all this because the master Mossad assassination plan to plant the wrong gun that doesn't match the caliber of the bullet and the wound type, right? Kind of weird. Superman is Jewish. You're right. I guess it's a conspiracy.
Bullet didn't go through. Why would you be stressed out about that?
Nobody's stressed out about that. Just because she said that he had a strong neck or a Superman neck doesn't mean that that wasn't her. That wasn't their they're on to us. We need an explanation. Quick, give them something so they don't know that it was secretly the lapel mic and not a real gun. To tell him that's how this all went down. No, it's not sus, dude. It's stupid.
I would be mourning my wife or who my significant other. Yeah. I wouldn't be
trying.
So what
this guy is so dumb. How is this guy the top? This guy and Lex Friedman. How are these? I think he has 7 million followers on YouTube. Same with Candace. How are these total morons the biggest podcasters and influencers? Tucker, Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Sean Ryan, Stu Peters.
What do you think is going on? No matter where you're watching the Sean Ryan show from.
I didn't even follow this guy, and YouTube would just pump his videos in the algorithm to me. All right. That's enough Candace stuff. Let's see. Let's change up. Shift gears. Look at this meme. Christian nationalists got a Jesus was Jewish leak in the plot line. Slap on the copes. Gave me a good laugh. This guy makes good memes. Heavenly Hans. Dude, he is a meme machine with all these anti-Christian memes. That's a good one. All right. You guys see Owen Schroyer? Owen Schroyer leaving the hospital after being diagnosed with Trump derangement syndrome. Owen Schroyer is having a midlife crisis. He dyed his hair blonde.
Jones sent $0 on They Need the Whole World to Hate It's There You Taught Me That's Why These Hats Are Pumped Up.
What hats? What did that say? Blank hats? Ass hats are pumped up. Right, probably. They want low IQ, peasant, toothless, fangless, retarded anti-Semitism. Exactly. Is Owen crashing out, or is this just a genius publicity move? Hey, he's trending and everybody's talking about him. Maybe if I, did something to my hair and had a mustache, maybe I'd finally trend. Maybe I could go viral. Dude, that's perfect because as soon as I saw him, I'm like, he looks like the Joker mixed with a Miami Coke dealer. Mixed with Trey Smith. Dude, the Norwal. That's what Norwood. The Norwood's coming in strong for Owen the last few years. Hate to see it. I want to see this. I haven't seen any of this yet. Alex Jones and Harrison Smith roast Owen for 10 minutes about his new look.
How does the hat?
I love Owen Schroyer's new look. I think it's a very good stunt he's pulled. He has really pulled it off. If I am going to ever direct a Hollywood movie where there's a guy driving around in an ice cream truck that delivers children to Hit the Clown, he is getting the starring role. So I think it's great. I think it's an Andy Kaufman type deal. Owen's a very handsome guy, and somehow he found a way to. This is what he wanted. He wants publicity, and this is definitely a good publicity stunt for him. So I hope it helps his show.
It's a look. It's certainly a look.
Well, he also, he also called me the other day and he said, "You're not allowed to talk about Israel." And
me? Oh, shoot.
Actually, that's not true. That's what he said about me. But anyways, the point is, and you're not talking about Israel right now.
Never, not
Get
once.
back on it.
I've never even heard of it.
Hey, this hat right here, though, is the answer to the tyranny of the Alex.
Hold on. Here's what I want to know.
Let me get on here.
Yeah. How does the hat look with the wig?
Oh, I'm going to host
That's
now.
on it.
And I wasn't going to talk about it because I don't want to get in a fight with Owen. I actually like Owen a lot. I'm going to host now. Just get out of the chair.
All right.
I am
Alex and Owen have made up apparently now.
Censoring now. All right.
Good. They didn't need to beef.
Yeah. And since I'm going to act like Owen, like the last year he was here, like walk by and say hi to me.
Hey, Owen, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? You doing good? Yeah? Yeah, doing all right?
Yeah.
All right. Keep up the good work, brother.
Yeah. You realize what a rock star I am? Oh, I'm going to be the new Rush Limbaugh, right? I have a gold. He actually told me, he goes, I'm going to be the new Rush Limbaugh. Okay, I'm going to be the biggest host in the world. Got a gold microphone.
The wig. Now that he's got their...
Limbaugh didn't have this. So the problem is, oh my God, he was the ambassador.
Dude, Owen's a fellow Nordic alien hybrid Nephilim with me and Owen. I already did this, dude. This was me. I made myself that guy, remember? How do I find that?
Now, how could I look that creepy, though? Here's the deal. I think it's a stunt, but he's lost like 30 pounds. And he was not fat before. So does he have a tapeworm? Because he kind of looks like a cross between Freddie Mercury and John Holmes.
Here was mine. I did it when that meme was first happening. I'm like, guys, we're on Team Nordic, Aryan, Hyperborean hybrids here.
Who did die of AIDS.
You think he's got AIDS?
I don't think Owen has AIDS. Don't joke around about that. I don't know.
All right, how's it look with the hat? That's what we got.
No, this is what we're... See, I'm not trying to be mean. I actually want to help him with this publicity stunt. I mean, he already used me for a publicity stunt saying I was censoring, which wasn't true. So, I mean...
Dude, Joe, I thought they made up, but Jones is obviously still being very passive-aggressive. That's funny.
Maybe I gave Owen AIDS. Yeah. All right, folks, it's the War Room. And, you got those Orthodox Catholics, the Orthodox Church over in Russia. The Orthodox Church is Catholic. I have quite the geopolitical understanding of things.
Did he say that? Did Owen say the Orthodox Church in Russia is Catholic? Why are you so mad about that, Jones? That's funny if Owen said that.
You know, well, anyways, have you been to a baseball game lately? Actually, you know, when I attacked Owen, it gave me some really big numbers. And of course, now I feel sad, actually. The show's not doing too well. I actually mean that. We're helping you now, Owen. You want publicity? The truth is that he actually looks like, who's the actor, Matthew McConaughey, that does the Buyers Club? I was actually saying to the crew this morning, I was like, he looks like the Buyers Club guy. And
Texas Buyer Club? You mean the guy that had AIDS? Matthew McConaughey with AIDS? That's funny, dude. I had no idea Jones was clowning so hard.
Like, that was the next meme right under it. So you think remember, we're on hundreds of radio stations. People are driving around, and enough of our old audience on radio stations, you listen to that. So they're kind of like, no, we're talking about our former co-host, who now, if you're not a TV viewer, you can't see it. You're going to be searching his name now. I don't know. I would say he looks healthier than Owen right there. So I'm not kidding. Actually,
dude, I thought he looked like Trey Smith. You guys know Trey Smith, right? Let me pull him up. He's got the Trey Smith vibes. No.
I don't think it's a stunt. I think Owen's had a nervous breakdown. So we should stop making fun of him. In fact, I didn't tell you what to do, but people asked if I was going to cover it. I didn't cover it. But
Jones said Owen smokes a lot of weed. So maybe he went into THC psychosis. Cannabis psychosis, Owen. Is that what's going on?
You did this mean-spiritedly. You made me do it.
I thought it was cool. I was going to...
Dude, I look like a total stud right now.
Everybody is like AIing themselves to do the blonde hair and the mustache like Owen and saying they stand with Owen. I thought to do that like right when I saw him and just like forgot about it. So I don't want to be late to the trend now and do it, but
looks good. You can have the wig.
I mean, will they know it's fake though, or they can tell it's toupee?
I don't know. It looks pretty good. I like it.
All right, I'm going to let you do your show again. I actually came in here just to let you know that I violated my own rule. Matt was running the board. He did finally say, "Shut up." And he goes, "Alex is doing story time right now." Oh my God, they're going to say I'm doing an Illuminati code thing with one eye's covered up.
Yep.
Well, you're Agartha. You're hyper
busted
right now. You're
Agartha. We have come to your planet in peace. You will live forever, but you must kill all the humans. Take your DMT, and we always come to say, kill. Jesus is not the way. Kill everyone. We are here to love you in peace. Kill everyone, and you will transcend to the Hale-Bopp comet. People are think I'm being serious. The DMT demons always tell you to kill yourself.
Yeah, everybody's going to think you're serious, dude.
Kill everybody, but it's loving and liberal. I'm the new Rush Limbaugh.
See, the evil aliens are keeping you from Jesus. That was a little revealing.
Oh, God, I'm so sick of this. Oh, God, I have a golden microphone.
Now take your shirt off.
Clowning on a golden microphone.
Should I take my shirt
funny.
off? Folks, I wasn't trying to fool you. I wasn't trying to fool you. I'm actually bald-headed, okay? This was not... I mean, bovine colostrum helps regrow hair, but not... Oh, yeah. That's it. Hold on. Dude, this is real. Hold on, guys. Cut. Don't let them know this is fake. Copper trying to see people right now.
Let's sell some...
I'm convinced I'm not a clone.
Sell some
How do you do this? I've never... Hold on.
There you go.
Okay. Hold on.
Dude, this looks nothing like Owen.
Actually, this is how it works. These bovine colostrum gummies are so strong.
Yeah. Let's
make your hair and nails grow so good. What is it?
All right. That's enough of that. Guys, for a new late night chill stream, like when I'm in the library of Adam Andrea, we're gonna watch there's a new documentary, What the Pastor's Children Revealed Shocked Everyone. Man of God. It's about Pastor Steven Anderson, a documentary with all of his children who hate him. It's an expose on this, like, you guys know Pastor Anderson. He's the real spurgy, like, anti-Jewish Christian. I want to watch this whole documentary about his family.
I mean, in a single phrase, I would say he made me who I am today. for better or worse.
I think he's gay. No, anyway, that's gonna be scandalous, I'm sure. All right, let's hear Stephen A. talk about the Lakers. The white boy summer happened at the Lakers. They're gonna win the whole thing. You guys wait and see.
This is the number to call. I just got to say it, y'all. Where the hell the Los Angeles Lakers think they going with a bunch of white dudes?
The championship, dude. What do you mean?
Somebody had to say it, so I'm saying it. Your 3 top players are white dudes? Really?
Yeah, and problem? Got a problem?
This ain't golf. This ain't baseball. Hell, it ain't even soccer. And we got a whole bunch of brothers on Team USA. What y'all think this is? This is basketball. This is basketball. In NBA history, when have you seen your 3 most prominent players on a basketball team all be white? And that takes you to the promised land. Somebody got to say it, so I'm saying it. Sorry to the leadership of SiriusXM, Eric Spitz, Steve Torrey, Mad Dog Russo.
He's just trying. He's rage baiting. That's all this is doing. This is rage baiting, obviously. Everybody was thinking it. He thought, I'll rage bait it. Goy ball loving. Dude, you don't love the Lakers now? The promised land in Israel? Yeah, Luka's going to take us to the promised land. I'm glad I call LA's my team. They've always been my team. You guys know I used to play college basketball, and basketball was my whole life for a while. But I don't like LeBron James, and I'm glad he's gone.
Comfortable. Love y'all.
Now
y'all know
we're
that.
gonna win. Now that we got rid of
But
LeBron,
damn it, we didn't do that.
Luka's gonna get MVP, and we're gonna win the championship with an all-white, all-star team.
I'm a brother. Yo, this is basketball. I'm not complaining. I'm simply making the point. Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers, Tinseltown, a place where everybody from Wilt and Kareem and Shaq and Magic and Kobe, yes, Jerry West before them, yes, George Mikan before the aforementioned centers, but this is the Lakers. This is Southern California. This is La. This is LA, baby. This ain't Utah. And even in Utah, when you had Stockton, you had Malone. Even when you had Hornacek and Stockton, you still had Malone.
Yeah, he's got a point,
Even when
actually.
you had the 7'4" Eaton, you still had Malone. And Byron Russell. I mean, what's up? Somebody got said, so I'm saying it. You ain't going anywhere.
It's funny. I remember one time I was like showing my highlight tapes, and I'm like, "Yeah, look, I used to dunk on the black guys. I dunked on this tall black guy that was first team all conference." And they're like, "Oh, Adam's so racist, dunking on black guys." It's like, yeah, when you're white and you dunk on black guys, that makes it extra cool. Okay, everybody knows that.
Being led by
you're just scared that they're going to run all the best plays and be the best shooters and make all the right passes and beat you guys. That's what he's really seething about.
3 white dudes in today's generation of basketball. I'm letting you.
Yeah, every other team in the NBA, all the starters are black, but there's one team and they're just going to have an all white team. You know, there who else used to be the white team? It was they accused Dallas Mavericks, when they had Dirk Nowitzki and Steve Nash, they accused Mark Cuban of being racist by getting all the white players. That's what it was. Yeah, what we lack in athleticism, we make up with court vision, IQ, court IQ.
You know, right now it ain't happening. And Luka's a bad brother. And Austin Reeves is no scrub.
Yeah, the best player is Jokic, Luka, Caitlin Clark.
And they both have earned what they have earned. And then with LeBron James or some other brothers I get. But those two and Walker Kessler, you ain't scaring anybody with that. I'm just saying. This is the year 2026. And I understand this insatiable appetite for people to veer away from having everything be about the brothers and sisters. We know the kind of climate we living in, and I ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying, this is basketball. That ain't scaring anybody.
You don't think Luka scares anybody? He's like the MVP of the league. He doesn't scare anybody.
Grace O'Malley sent $20. Nothing compares to White.
In basketball? I don't know. Have you seen the dunk competitions? Thank you, Grace. You're the best.
Is he gonna average his 30 to 35? We know that. Austin Reeves is no scrub. We know that. But you think they scaring any of the fellas?
We're not trying to scare them. We're just trying to score more points.
I promise you that
Daywalker Jones says the Harlem Globetrotters, an all-black team clowning on the all-white Washington Generals, was put on by Jews. Really? I saw the Globetrotters when I was a little boy. Was I being programmed by Jews?
I just brought up
the best dunker in the world is white. Oh yeah, Matt McClung, the guy that wins the dunk competitions. Yeah, Luka's defense. Yeah, it's hard to stay in front of these really athletic black guys sometimes.
The fellas in the NBA are talking about right now.
They got different muscles in their legs, fast twitch, different stuff's going on.
Now, that's supposed to move us? Luka, Austin Reeves, and Walker Kessler. This is the Los Angeles Lakers that we are talking about here. And
I
Rob
never even heard of the
Pelinka
other white guy.
has done made this white dude central.
Yes, let's go.
Now, I ain't mad.
White
None
boy
of them are
summer.
scrubs. Luka and Austin can ball. They deserve their money. I respect the hell out of both of them. And I know Luka ain't from America, but damn it, he's still white. I'm just saying, this is a league dominated by a bunch of brothers. When's the last time we seen three white prominent dudes lead you to the promised land in the NBA? This is the number to call.
I don't know. 1950? Maybe can we ask ChatGPT or we'll ask Eve. We'll ask Eve. Watch, she'll get it.
Half-Based sent $0 on Adam B. Duncan on.
And it's censored fools.
And
yeah, you guys want to see
$0 on Raider Nation.
Raider Nation? No, dude, I hate the Raiders. I draw the line at the Raiders. Sorry, dude. Eve, when was the last time an NBA team won the championship and they were led with their best three players being white guys? Celtics? 1980
1986 with the
Celtics?
Boston Celtics. Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Danny Ainge were three white players who started regularly and were among the team's top contributors that championship year. No NBA champion since then has had their top three players all white.
There you go. Good one, Raging Bull. Called it. Larry Bird, my favorite player when I was a kid. Kevin McHale and Danny Ainge. There you go. No NBA champion since then has had their top three players all white. Well, I guess he's got a point. It's been, what is that, 38 years? That's racist. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they should segregate the leagues back up and give white guys a chance again. That would be a good idea. Maybe somebody should start a whites only league. Like at the community gym, they have like the men over 50 league. We just need a white league so like white guys can be NBA players again. You could lower the hoop down a foot, let only white guys allowed, NBA league. I would have made the NBA if no black guys were allowed. Probably. Never thought of it that way. You know, if they level the playing field, can't happen. Return to the court, RTTC, return to the land, return to the court. White guys returning to the court. That's funny. That's clever. Return to the court. White men return. All right. Return to the court makes me laugh a lot. All right, guys, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for watching me, staying up late. Leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe.
Forget about it.
And you guys, I'm not going to be back tomorrow. You're going to have a nice, happy Friday. Happy 4th of July weekend. And I will see you guys Monday. Be safe. Appreciate you all. Love you all. And I will see you soon.